Hi guys, my name is Willie, and this is for Ms. Chowdhury's Anatomy and Physiology project, and I'm going to be talking about the dentistry career. Alright, so what is dentistry? Dentistry is literally all about the mouth, about oral health care. They don't just fix teeth, but they also diagnose, treat, and prevent issues that can affect the entire mouth and even the rest of the body. For example, they can handle anything from filling cavities to performing more advanced procedures like root canals. They can also educate patients on maintaining good oral hygiene, which is key to preventing bigger problems. We're going to move on to the work environment. So what does it look like while working as a dentist? So most dentists work in private practices or group clinics, and some actually work in hospitals as well, research labs, or even public health programs. Wherever they are, you'll typically see them wearing scrubs and lab coats for cleanliness and professionalism, and of course personal protective equipment, or PPE, like masks, gloves, and they're essential to keep themselves safe. Now coming to what they see every day they work as a dentist, basically their daily routine. So a dentist's work schedule is generally full-time, which is Monday through Friday. Sometimes they offer evening or weekend shifts for convenience for any patients. It really depends. So a typical day involves reviewing patient records, performing exams and treatments, and working closely with dental hygienists and assistants. So in the morning, they might start their morning routine with cleanings or checkups and move on to more complex procedures like crowns or extractions midday, and wrap up by preparing for the next day and checking on patients' follow-ups. Education. It takes a long time to become a dentist, not as much as a surgeon or something, but it still takes a long time. You still need to commit a lot. So it starts with earning a bachelor's degree, usually in a science-related field, and then attending dental school for another 4 years around. That's around 7 to 8 years education, something like that, just to become a general dentist. Along the way, you'll need to pass a dental admissions test, also known as a DAT, to get into the dental school, and then licensing exams to start practicing. Specialized fields like orthodontics require even more training. Speaking of, after you finish your education, you get a license. So obviously, every dentist needs a license to practice because, when you're driving a car, you need a license to drive. It's very self-explanatory. That's how the world works. So this involves passing both written and clinical exams, which test not just your knowledge, but your ability to apply it in real-life situations. For these pursuing specialties, additional certifications are required to prove their expertise. As a dentist, you need lots of skills that are outside what you just learned in school. So on the technical side, you need manual dexterity and attention to detail, and because they're crucial when working in small space. You need to be good with people, you need to be able to talk, that's really important. You also need to be able to explain procedures clearly, reassure nervous patients, and build trust. Compassion, patience, and a strong sense of ethics is a long way on this field. Now let's talk about my favorite, money. Okay, so the average salary, it's actually around 100,000, 300,000. It really depends on where you're from. It could be more than 300,000 if you're I don't know, you're just that successful. So they earn around 163,000 annually, but there's not really a correct answer because it depends on where you live. If you live in California, you'll make more than living here in Houston. Now we gotta look at the future of how many jobs as a dentist there will be across America, or I guess around the world, but we're talking about America here because I'm American. All right, so there's good news. There are actually going to be more dentists in the future. The job outlook is actually being more positive. It's growing steadily. So right now there's over 146,000 dentists in the U.S. That's a lot. You could be one of them. Me too. And the demand is expected to grow by about 6%, 5 to 6% over the next decade. This means thousands of new opportunities driven by aging population and a greater awareness of oral health. So what is the importance or significance of dentistry? So dentistry is essential to both individual and public health. It can affect how we eat, how we speak, and how we feel about ourselves, actually. So they help people's lives be more healthy, it keeps us more confident, and they address pain, restore function, and prevent diseases. So personally, I have a few questions about this, actually. 3D printing is becoming more popular, right? So what would happen when 3D printing comes to play to make models of patients' teeth? For example, in JBH Dental, I usually carve these soaps and stuff into teeth. But if 3D printing comes into play, do I really need to know how to do it? I don't see there'd be a point in the future. Thank you very much. I worked really hard on this. I totally didn't procrastinate. I hope you give me a good grade on this. Right below are my resources that I used to make this project. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Health affects everything from how we eat, how we speak, and even how we feel about ourselves. Wow.